Good morning. It is now day 8, the final day of my walk on the South Downs Way. I've just packed up and I'm leaving Alfriston campsite at the moment. There's a group of D.O.V. teenagers up there last night, all seem to be enjoying themselves. Some of them look a lot happier than others. It's to be expected, really. Anyway, today I've got probably about 12 miles of walking to go and do. I'm just going to go into Alfriston village now, cross over the river cut there, and then walk down the river before heading up onto the Seven Sisters. So I'm just walking into Alfriston at the moment and bumped into one of the D.O.V. instructors coming back up from the village. The previous day there was a hell of a lot of rain overnight, and that rain overnight is now flooded and it cut me a river, which is the river I need to cross. There's now about 2 meters of water around it and the path is impassable, so I think I'm going to have to make a decision today on an alternative route. So now entering the village of Alfriston. So there's the centre of Alfriston. In theory this path leads me down to the River Cuckmere, and there's a crossing. So this is the River Cuckmere. The path of the South Downs just literally runs on the other side of it, but I've been told that well, I can see from here the river has broken its banks and the floodplains have been used for what they're designed for. So I think I'm going to be making a detour shortly, because there is a bridge about 1 kilometre up from here, and plan is to get on that and use that. So that is the South Downs Way. Unfortunately, it's under quite a bit of water, and I'm not going to intend on going down there. So yeah, time to make a plan and look at the map and find an alternative route. I think what I'll end up doing is going back inland, and there's a bridge that crosses over and takes us in behind these villages over here. I'll have to miss out this part of the river this morning. So the deviation that I'm taking is probably adding an extra mile onto my journey this morning, but hopefully that will mean I'll still be able to continue the walk. If I get round to the other side of the river and the road's flooded as well, then I'll have to go back to the drawing board and come up with another plan. So it is very scenic. So there's just too much water for there. There's too much water there for me to cross safely. And I'm not going to risk it. It's not worth it. Because it's a tidal river, there's a high tide at the moment. I think the high tide mixed with all the rainfall that was had yesterday, or Friday night anyway. It's all now coming down out of the countryside around us and into the river. And as usual, they just flood a day or two later. So I'm now on the other side of the river, and this is the footpath that I would have had to cross to go to the South Downs, or just down the end of this row of hedges anyway. As you can see, there's no way that's passable today. No way at all. So the footbridge over there is where you cross to go and join the South Downs Way. Then the grass path that kind of disappears into the water, that's the footpath that takes you down the river following the South Downs Way, but it's completely unpassable. It's a tidal river, so later on today the water will probably subside and it will be passable again with caution, but it's not passable at the moment. It's a lovely morning, so it's about 20 past 8 at the moment. So just entered the village of Litlington, and the South Downs Way is under all of that somewhere. It should come down here and then it comes out in the village. But yeah, I think you definitely say there's no chance of walking that this morning. This area of woodland takes me down into the village of Westdean. So pretty much come out of these woods, drop down into the village, cross through the village and then go back up on the other side. Mr. Squirrel. I'm almost reaching my final destination. So I'm just about to drop down and then start to follow the path around the coastline here up onto the Seven Sisters before heading into Eastbourne. Taken 4 long weekends to get here, but been 4 good weekends. This is the River Cuckmere, and the area down in front of us is known as the Cuckmere Meanders. Basically a wetland area, and when we have a lot of rain, obviously it floods because it's tidal as well. It also gets impacted by the tide. Can't believe how lucky I've been with the weather this weekend. I'm just walking along the path now, heading towards Burling Gap. Saw a sign probably half a mile back that said it's about 5 miles away. So approximately 2 hours to get to there. And from there another 2 hours into Eastbourne. So here we are finally, now on the final section of the walk, heading to Burling Gap, before then down into Eastbourne, run over the distance behind the lighthouse that I can see. So here we go, that's all I'm going to say, here we go. So now approaching Burling Gap. In theory from here onwards there's 5 miles to go into Eastbourne. Still seems a long way. Currently on the Seven Sisters, just looking back to Burling Gap and the mouth of the River Cuckmere, or Cuckmere. Just on my way around and up to an area known as Beltout. According to the signposts, I've got about 4 miles left before I get into Eastbourne. made it. Standing on top of the Seven Sisters at the moment, or one of them. Eastbourne is down there. I've probably got about 2 miles to go to get to the pier. I'm now coming down off of Beachy Head along the final section of the walk, and I'm making my way into Eastbourne quite shortly. I've just got to go through this patch of woodland and scrub and then head down to here in Eastbourne, and that's it. That's the South Downs Way completed. So here we are, this is Eastbourne, the end of the South Downs Way for me. I've been out over 4 different weekends now with a complete mixture of weather, and this weekend's probably been the best weather for walking altogether, to be honest. It's not been too hot or too cold or wet. And finish on a nice sunny afternoon, northeasterly breeze. So here we are, official start of the South Downs Way, now completed.